Maybe you know?
No, I don't know type of fast. I don't. Maybe it could be Elie, right? So on the right side, yeah, this could very likely be Elie. If it is him, he's playing a Ragavan deck, a blue-red one. And on the left side, no, I don't. Well, I think I know him. He used to play a lot of Alluran, but I'm not sure if it's him.
What a hand and knowledge.
You know why? It's because of the shirt. And I recognized him. The Swiss legacy community is rather small, so you you recognize most people.
Okay.
I
think the deck list will be there soon. Then we will have names and all going on.
And the decks, yes. You still, although you told me you have all the cards or most cards for Legacy.
Yes.
You still do not play a lot, do you?
No, I don't play Legacy a lot.
Right. No, but there's in Italy there's quite a big scene usually, right?
Yes. I went there like when they were making like Ovino tournaments.
Yes.
That was the biggest tournament in Europe, I think. Yes. No, without doubts. Yes. And that was a 300 people tournament in Sant'Uguzzone, near to Milano.
Yeah.
And I was going there. It was my only legacy tournament each year. But now it's a few years that they don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
They are still doing tournaments like Four Seasons is a famous tournament.
Yes.
That is, there are
Nebraska Wars.
Nebraska Wars, exactly. Yeah. These are the two most famous now that Ovino is not anymore. Like, really present. Ovino at some point was two tournaments, one in the summer and one in winter, something like that. At some point, but then nothing happened anymore. But yeah, we played some. We went with my Ticino friends. One of us won Ovino tournament.
Nice.
Beautiful. I got third. I got a lot of top 8, top 16.
Beautiful.
But it was cool. We went to like one time legacy each year. It was really fun because I like to look at the formats. I don't play them a lot, but I look at things.
Yeah, get new ideas, new decks, new cards, or old cards which you never knew.
Yeah, but also if I don't play, I like to watch. Okay, a Bayou come into play,
and we know what it is.
Oh, it's an elf deck. No, maybe not. I don't know.
Well,
probably.
There are some weird green decks which might play this as well. But there used to be an opposition deck which I enjoyed a bit, but this is most likely elves.
I saw it also in a Dark Depths deck one time.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Interesting.
Because it's green cards in general can be countered.
It is really strong. Yeah. You can protect your crop rotations, your Life from Below, and Sylvan libraries, or whatever you like.
You know, you can search it also with Green Suns in it.
Yeah. It's a very, very strong card for creature or green-based decks, basically.
And Etched Scalding Tarn, I really like those. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it is Elie. He has a full foil deck and all the Black Border tools.
Yep, nice.
Cool that he still plays with them. Beautiful volcanic islands, and we probably gonna see a bolt.
It seems he doesn't need a car.
No. No, he doesn't.
Or a house.
Yeah. No. It's not beta. With the beta one, you can buy the house.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he has them since years, to be fair, but yeah. Oh, we have the deck list. So it is elves indeed versus blue-red Delver with, interestingly enough, for Ragavans and for Delver secrets, but no. The name I forgot.
Dragon Rage
Jeannerat, DRC, right? Yeah. Thank you very much.
If he plays, it's a little bit slower. I mean, with the Brazen Borrower, it's not a fast card, but a little bit more resilient, I would say.
Yeah. And it gives you some interaction. Right.
With also Stifle.
He's playing 3 Stifle Mine and 2 Forked Bolt. So this will be interesting. He didn't do anything on turn 1. Do you think he has a fork bolt in hand and was greedy, waiting for the second one drop?
It's possible. I mean, it's funny that I see Forkbolt. I feel like the elf deck is just like, oh, Forkbolt, really?
You actually play the cards.
Yeah, that would be my like. Oh, really? I get the one with the Forkbolts.
You shouldn't play this card, main. Come on. All right, and
I understand it, but at the same time, I think the elf deck would feel really like, oh.
Yeah, it would be really sad. Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, yeah.
Right.
Shiny cards are real here.
Yeah, and
that's kind of a quite expensive card.
Yeah, but it doesn't find anything. Nevertheless, there's a shuffle, and he didn't have any bolt nor a counterspell for the Zenith. I'm interested.
Yeah, but that deck is not doing stuff. To be honest, yeah. That's really not a great start in my opinion.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse already. Yeah. Then
that's a $500 under.
Yeah,
you like it?
I actually am not a big fan of foil cards.
Foils in general.
I don't like foils.
I don't like to play foils. I like them.
There are some foils which look really beautiful. For example, the Misty Rainforest, I like it, but most foil cards I like. Stoneforge Mystic looks amazing as well, for example, in foil. But most of them I'm not really into.
Okay. I don't like to play them because it's always weird with the judges. This way.
With the judges?
Yes, because they bend, and sometimes the judge can give you a problem if you have like 20 lands for.
Sorry, the foil cards, not the judges bend them. Yeah, but yeah.
Foil cards bend. Hello.
All right, there's a glimpse on the stack.
Quite a good card.
Yeah, and it is uncounterable. So let's see. Like, yeah, okay. Elie's fetching.
Maybe he kills the creature and just goes for the counter spell. The Force of Will.
I would assume so. Yeah. Because like if he draws, yeah, like 3 cards of this glimpse, it's already very good. If it's only
a value glimpse, not a combo glimpse.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he actually has both.
It's also really good against the Cradle. Taking down the creature count into play and not going just nuts.
And he's thinking about this glimpse resolving.
I would have a lot of fear about making it resolve.
Yeah, for sure.
Because creature into Cradle into your dead is not so funny.
No, not at all. But he lets it resolve. I mean, maybe, to be fair, maybe he doesn't have the force, and he just made him think he had the force. That's always a legit line.
Exactly.
Draws a card, starts his chain.
He can still play the land.
Yes, he still has a land. If he fancy Quirion Ranger, he can do fancy untap stuff.
Exactly.
There it is.
There it is.
He draws. Ooh, now there's days. Ah, beautiful. Okay.
He's forgetting the draw.
Ooh. Yeah.
The order.
I mean, maybe the trigger's still on the stack, to be fair.
If you ask a judge, the trigger goes on the stack.
Right.
Because you can reverse the order. It's a mistake. It's a misplay, but they are more generous with this kind of misplays in the last years.
Ooh. Heritage through it. And finished. Okay. So, yeah, the days was fine, I guess.
It was really good. I agree.
But he nevertheless now is facing down 4 creatures. Leading off for the brainstorm. Expecting some threat rather soon, probably Murktide Regent, to try to raise the elves here. What do you think about the matchup?
It's hard. I mean, the Forked Bolt is really painful in my opinion. I think it makes a huge difference. If you draw it, could be such a amazing blowout. Because the start of Elf is really important because it gives you the push to then go over the top.
Right.
This way, if you kill the first two creatures that he plays, it's
you
so heavy.
So heavily.
Yeah, it's so heavy. It's a good match. I think it's a really good match. I never played against. I played some of the blue-red list, the monkey list, and I played some elves, but I never played this matchup today.
Right.
Like in the new setting.
In the new metagame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think elves is quite a bit favored, to be honest, because like you can't really like. I mean, you can fight elves with like straight up one-to-one removal spells, but then and especially if you play like fork bolts and stuff. But if you don't draw extremely well,
is really good.
Yeah, like they have so much value. They can like bounce their creatures in response to you bolting them. You have to be super careful how you sequence things against them, and then all of a sudden they can just throw a creature at you. And if not, they still have usually like 3-7 power with
like
creatures.
If the blue-red deck has like bolt and then bolt or just fork-red bolt and the first two turns, your elf deck can just really be too slow because it does nothing sometimes.
I agree if there's a threat. If the Delver player doesn't have a quick threat though, then
he has to do something after. But the elves goes slow down really like crazy because
that's true.
Some of the cards get a lot of value of the first two drops because it's a mana drop or something like that.
Yeah.
And if you take down the mana drops, the Nickel Sentinel, also the Visionary, all these kind of cards, a lot less.
Right.
Ooh, he's playing Ooze.
He's missing a Sentinel trigger, maybe.
He's playing one Ooze.
This is a really good card in Elves. I feel, especially in a graveyard utilized heavy format like Legacy, and eating up graveyards can be very valuable as well as gaining lives, and just having a big body on the field.
I agree. He should pay a little bit more attention to the triggers, I think.
Yeah, that now Sentinel did not have.
He's doing, not just that, but also with the
draw.
The draw. I feel like you have to be a little bit more clean with your playing.
I think Elves is really hard in that regard because there are a lot of triggers to be remembered.
Yes, but it is easy. You always say trigger when you play.
I guess.
Something happens.
That's true. It's a really techy deck as well, right? It's really, I like elves a lot.
It's not easy to play. To be honest, it's really hard deck to play.
And he's digging hard for those fork bolts, it seems, or for the threats.
Now, if he wants to get away the Ooze, because the Ooze can be a problem, a 5/5 creature is not the best friend of the
bolt deck. No, no, definitely not. Let's see what he finds. Interestingly enough, he plays also 2 basic islands and 1 mountain. And like most Ragavan lists have been just playing straight up, basically six volcanic islands with the 2 steam vents.
Yes, that's for the mirror match, I think, mostly. I think in the mirror match you're really happy to have the basic lands because getting threatened from the Westland in the mirror match is really heavy. A lot of games you just lose because you don't have the lands. They can go up, and if you start like island, I was playing with 6 volcanics,
right?
And my opponent played with island and
Westland
and mountain in his deck, and I felt not in a great spot.
Okay, right.
Because you need at least the island, not the mountain, but the island. Because if you have the island, you have the possibility to play the Morkite.
Yeah.
Because you get to 2 lands to play the Morkite.
Without being disrupted by Westland. Yeah, okay.
And a lot of this list now plays also Stifle. This way it's more disruption for the lands. This way it's...
It's really hard to get in there sometimes. Yeah, I think the argument, like I watched someone streaming with it, with the blue-red deck, was that like you always want to be able to go turn 1 Ragavan, or I mean he doesn't play Dragon's Rage Channeler, fair enough, but and half days back up, right? You want to cast your threat 1-drop, red 1-drop, and then Still have days.
I think I would play just one island. I would not. Nowadays, I would play one island, but I would not play. I would still play the steam mats because I think it's needed.
Yeah, it's just really good. Enter to life mostly don't matter, as it often is in Magic.
I was thinking, I'm not sure about he removed the double lightning bolt with the ooze.
Yeah, maybe he's scared of Snapcaster Mage. I don't know.
I think it's more maybe of Snapcaster, or maybe Murktide, but Murktide he can still play.
He's still yeah. That's what.
This way, if it is Snapcaster, I think it was wrong to remove the two spells. It's better to just
save
remove
your ooze. Basically.
Yes, exactly. Make it a 4/4. This way, the bolts cannot hit it.
Right. Especially since he couldn't make him not cast a Murktide if he had it.
Yeah, exactly.
So wait until next turn where you can remove the whole grave and then be happy.
That's what I think. I mean, having 4 toughness against a bolt deck is always something cute.
It's just good. It's just really, really good. And he's swinging in with his good beats, and Elie can't block anything, taking 5, I think. So he should be at 8. Yeah, right.
I think it will be not 5; it will be 8.
Because it
will be at least. Depends if you want to. I think it should be 8 damage. Because I feel like the little guys, if Elie plays a Murktide, he is near to death.
Yeah.
Because there is still the Allosaurus to play.
Yes. Yeah, or just like he's almost at the point where he can just
swing with all that.
Yeah, swing and sack one creature into the Murktide if Elie finds it. And yeah, you're completely right. He hits for 8. Putting Elie down to 5, which is lethal on board for the next Elf's turn. And let's see if I can swing it around. But I have heavy doubts. Yeah, he has to, apparently. All right. So,
showing off.
Yeah. The beautiful no.
It's a really beautiful picture, I think. The natural order.
Yeah, I love it. I like it a lot. All right, 1-0 for Elves. Let's see what we have for the sideboard. All right. Michael has one. He has a Meltdown and a Braid, a Caracas, 2 Submerge, Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Surgical Extractions, a Sudden Demise, a Rough and Tumble, 1 Red Elemental Blast, 2 Fire Blasts, Narset, and Null Rod. And I definitely see a Braid coming in, Meltdown for sure not. Submerge is definitely coming in, Grafdigger's Cage as well, and then Sudden Demise and Rough and Tumble for sure. Those are his 2 sweeper cards. So a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that I would see him bringing.
Yeah, I heard the list. The first ones felt all really good. Sure, I mean, I think you can bring in Assassin Trophy just to be sure to not get destroyed by Gravedigger Cage. That is pretty annoying for Elves.
Yes.
It is true that Elves has more dimensions now, thanks to Allosaurus.
Yeah.
I mean, first you had to trouble if they take out all your natural order and all your way to your Green Sun Zeniths.
Yeah.
It was heavy. Now it's still heavy, but Shepherd can win alone.
Yeah.
It's kind of
you don't need
card.
anything else.
If you are crowded and Shepherd, you can win alone.
It is enabler and finisher at the same time, right?
It does all things.
And it is an elf. It taps for mana with the Heritage.
I think maybe you still want to bring in some Assassin Trophy. This has a little bit the problem of the Wastelands. Yep. It's true that the Wastelands want to go on the Cradles, obviously, but at the same time, getting exposed with a Bayou on the first turn, if he has like a start with Forked Bolt and your elf and then Wasteland, it's heavy for elves. This way, I don't know, maybe 2 Assassin Trophy could be an option. Carpet of Flowers, it's the right matchup, but at the same time, I am not 100% sure if to be honest,
where when not here.
Exactly. To be honest, I don't really like Carpet of Flowers in the elf stack.
Right.
Because I think without creatures you do nothing, and if you have the creatures, you have the mana.
Right.
It's like a little strange. A Carpet of Flower is insane as a card, obviously, but I don't know. I would bring it in. Yes, you can get the green suns needs to be a little bit better, and obviously the glimpse gets a lot better.
Yeah.
I think you will bring it in. I think 2 trophy, 1 Carpet of Flowers. I don't think you want to bring in Endurance. Runofful. On the draw, I think you have to bring it in because there is Delver and there is Morktide that can close it really fast, and he has disruption. This way, if he has a little disruption and a big Morktide, Elves is in troubles.
Yeah.
This way, I don't know. I think I would run a mix of these cards: Runofful, Carpet, and Assassin Trophy. I don't know if he has fear of Assassin Trophy, of Cage. If he has no fear about Cage, I feel like he could just bring in just the.
He doesn't have Sage. Does he have any Reclamation Sage among the 75? No. Okay, interesting. Because that's usually the way to go, because you can then bounce it as well with your.
Sure.
That
was the old. Like 2 years ago, it was always about Reclamation Sage 1-off. But you cannot search it. This way it's a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know what Run a Fool does. Yeah. I thought about playing this card in the modern matchup. Modern Elves sideboard. It also kills Griselbrands, right?
Yes. Griselbrand is not his best unit.
No, definitely not. But it kills a lot of flying, or any flying. Although the sacrifice might be an issue sometimes. Yeah, wondering. So Elves taking a mulligan?
Elves is, in my opinion, really bad at mulligan. Oh, he's playing all the Endurance.
Yeah, I think so.
Against Delver, it makes sense.
I think...
to be honest, I don't like it really much, because I think you have to still keep your plan and just play for your plan.
Yeah, that's always a bit issue with sideboarding with such linear decks, right?
So that's also the issue with the both things that we are looking at is the Endurance and the mulligan, because the mulligan for a deck like this that interacts between cards like Glimpse and so on is painful.
It's about critical mass, right?
Yeah, it's about critical mass. You have to keep a lot of hands that are really medium.
Yeah, and a lot of sketchy one-landers where if there is a bolt in the wasteland, you probably lose, but if not, then you might have a really good start.
I totally agree. Also, this is not a deck about like show and tell omniscience, 2 cards together and I just win. It's about a lot of cards together that are good together. It's not just a combo, it can be aggressive and so on. It has good advantages about that, but at the same time it has the disadvantage that it is not like A, B, I just win.
Definitely. Yeah, that's actually very, very true. Yeah, he's on a multi 5, right? He didn't found a lamp before.
Oh, 4?
Is he down to 4?
No, yes, 6.
5,
okay,
right?
It's 5.
It's
5. Yes, 5. Bicolor Ranger.
Beautiful card.
Bicolor Ranger, Scavenging Ooze, Pradle Forest, I think.
Yes.
And the last one?
I think it's a Shepherd.
Yes, makes sense.
Another Cradle. That was not a very good draw right now, but
Purple.
Elephant Island go, interesting. There's that island. Let's find out what he has.
Bolt, Forked Bolt, Bolt. That will be really hard.
Yeah, and in the raid as well.
Right? Yes. There is Bolt, Forked Bolt, Brainstorm,
No.
What is the
Sun Demise, probably.
What?
Sudden Demise is a 1x.
Okay.
And you choose a color, and all creatures get of the chosen color receive X damage.
Okay.
It's,
don't know this card.
Yeah, it's a commander card, which is sometimes used in Legacy.
Okay. Okay, I don't know this card. Choose a color. Sudden as the chosen color. Okay. He's well prepared for elves.
Yes, quite some. I'm surprised I don't see any engineered explosives, but I guess that's more of a modern thing these days, or not in a 2-color deck anyway. But I think it's really good against Saga as well if you can just blow up all the tokens.
Yeah, in some matchups it's pretty good. I saw it yesterday. It was a little bit abused yesterday, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, they sided in a little bit too much. I don't think people over sideboard explosives.
A lot. Yeah,
yes,
that's true. It's also one of the most challenging things, especially in like more complex or like older formats. With there's a lot going on, and then doing correct sideboarding is probably extremely difficult. All right.
This wasteland will not be good as
of now, though there is 2 cradles slurring in his hand.
But it is 2 as well. I feel like this is really hard at this game.
Yep.
Because now it's true that I think now it is funny that he kept the monkeys in, I think. I mean, if there is a matchup where it is probably bad, it is this matchup. Because it's like 20 cards that cost 1 and there are 1 that can block it. I mean...
Yeah, but then it's just a bolt, right? And you wouldn't board out the bolts. Like on the play, I think...
It's a bad bolt. Yes, on the play, I agree. You can... And also, on the play, you have the classic, like, land monkey. Yeah. He plays his creature.
You daze it or daze it. And then you go off. That's why it's so considered so strong, especially.
I agree. Very good with you. That's great. He had the bolt also. This way, now he still has this sudden demise and the forked bolt.
And he has a fork bolt,
And the monkey.
Yeah, he didn't fork bolt. He didn't. I mean, he could have. The elf player could have picked up the Burglar Rangers, and he wants to get a full value out of his fork bolt. Apparently,
I really don't understand why playing the Yavimaya here. To be honest,
you don't want to give him.
I think you want to give him a Cradle. You're really happy to give him a Cradle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And make him waste it.
Yes.
Right. Murky B.
Having double Cradle with 1 creature into play and Yavimaya in the graveyard is not the best.
Yeah.
I think this is over.
Right. Yeah, there's a Murktide for the full value. 2 mana, 8/8 flyer. Seems legit. There's a wasteland. So he baited the wasteland. Maybe that's what he wanted, but
with double Cradle, you don't want to bait the wasteland. You want to bait the wasteland with the Cradle.
Yeah. Okay. Another symbiote. Yeah, this is gone. He's at the point where he can bolt face almost. It's gonna be 2 turns, probably. He's at 11. Yeah. Yeah, he can't possibly lose unless, I don't know, maybe if there shows up a wasteland on the elf side, that would be really strong right now.
I think there is no possibility.
No. Unfortunately.
Maybe if Elie has no connection anymore.
maybe time's out, right? Yeah, if you lose connection. Well, that can't happen. Only we.
Ping ping.
Right, there's a forkbolt. Elf player picks his elf up. Symbiote dies. And then he needs a completely busted turn right now if he wants to win.
I'm thinking that I'm a little bit strange because I like elves and I like goblins.
Why is that strange?
Because goblins
they hate each other, right? Yeah. But maybe you like hate. I don't know. I like both too. I find it like I love the old, like those are probably the most iconic archetypes of well, not only magic but like in general in fantasy, right? And any fantasy world. And I love the beautiful elves as well as the mad goblins.
I agree.
Have you played Warhammer and stuff as well?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Yes.
But a lot later than I started magic. But yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And yes, you are right about what I was playing. Yes, I played some goblins.
Nice. Beautiful. Nice. Yeah, there's the Sun Demise and then a crack for 8, and the Elves player has seen enough. Hoping to get a good 7 on the play again.
I played also some Sylvan Elves at some point.
Yeah, I played Sylvan Elves. Yeah, I played Sylvan Elves. Most beautiful spec or tribe. Yeah. Interesting. Would you keep in Force of Negations as the Delver player against the Elf deck? Or would you straight up take them out?
On the draw, probably you need to. I mean, it's... To be honest, the cards that you want to counter are just spells. I mean, you want to interact with a creature with the bolts, and you want to interact with the spells with your counters. Yeah, that's why Force of Negation is probably still better also than Force of Will, because you don't want to counter. No, you don't want to. You can pay it 3 mana. I think there is.
You mean because you can hardcast? Yeah, easier.
I think it's there will be spots because there is so much interaction between from the blue-red side,
right?
That there will be some more.
Yep.
There will be some late game, I would say.
Yeah.
Kind of late game.
Yeah, no, it definitely can be.
So late.
Yeah. It can definitely be. Yeah, I wonder if you could blank a Glimpse of Nature with Narset, but I don't think it's worth it bringing it in, especially not on the draw.
Not on the draw. No. On the play, you can argue about it because you have a lot of disruption. You can be the control deck, really.
Yeah, definitely.
You can.
And also no shenanigans with Elvish Visionary and Viral Symbiote stuff where they draw a lot of cards.
That's also something in the late game that you can do with Elves against a deck like this.
Yeah, generate an incredible amount of value. This looks like
this is a Mulligan.
Oh no, he doesn't have a forest.
He has just a for.
Oh, I hate to mulligan hands with my 1 arbor in hand. I just
feels so terrible. Of them in the deck.
It feels so terrible. Yeah, it's really good in Elves, right? Fetch Land Go is even different than just play Dryad Arbor.
Yeah, it's love and hate with this card.
Yeah, definitely.
It is so good with Cradle.
Yeah, and Green Zones and with Quarian Ranger and because right, you don't tap any. You don't play. You play no elf that taps for mana straight up, right? You only play Burkler Rangers and
the new list. No,
they used to play
just
like
one
Llanowar. Okay, right.
The oldest was playing 3.
Yeah, they were playing 3-ish, but now you don't need it at all anymore. Wait, there's a keeper.
One card that is new that he plays is Priest, the Hunger Tide.
Yeah, I played 2 main of that in my Modern Elf deck. It can be really good.
I think the card is interesting. I don't know if I would play the Legacy. It feels too slow to me.
Yeah, definitely.
But
I
like the card. It's cool.
It's super interesting. Sure. Yeah, it's a super interesting card, especially since it is a creature. You can find it with Prince and Zenith. You can find it. In Modern, you can find it with Winding Way and stuff. You can even natural order for it if you want, but probably don't want that. Not sure, unless you have to kill like a Murktide Regent that will kill you as. Right.
It's strange what's happening, I think.
Why? No interaction?
Yeah, I would have just, if you have the bolt, I just bolt the first out.
Yeah, maybe he has fourth bolt again, but not sure. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
think the thing that I suffer the most with elves is the early interaction or all my little things that I play.
Yeah.
If I can develop a little bit the board, it's already great for me. I mean,
yeah, I agree. And he's playing quite well around fork bolt, right? So like if he wants to bolt now, he has to bolt the viable symbiote to then fork bolt something, and then he can't fork bolt both of them because Nail Sentinel has 2 toughness. And sometimes you get like hang up in wanting to get too much value out of your cards, and then you like kind of take lines which then ultimately lead to you losing the game because you never did anything. Then
I have to say this is not the matchup where you want to make a lot of value.
Yeah,
I don't think it's the value that
you don't have time.
You will have enough value if you get to the.
Yeah, I agree. And another symbiote off the top. This card is also so good. Oh, glimpse. Let's draw some cards. No.
Force.
And yeah, he kept the forces in. Even the stifle's interesting. I wonder what he cut if he like.
I don't understand really what the stifle is for.
Maybe he just
the crater hoof point.
Possibly. I mean, elves plays fetches, but I don't think like that's what you should be trying to do against elves.
Again, we forgot about Metal Sentinel.
Yeah. That's rather unfortunate. Expressive iteration.
Value.
What does he find? No land, I think. Didn't see the last card. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the land probably.
Yep. There's a fetch.
Along with the ponder.
And then let's see if we can. If we can see what he has in hand now. Right. What does he find?
Monkey, Submerge, and
Delver, I think.
Delver.
And he has
Level Force.
He has the sudden demise again, I think.
Oh, that's why he kept his hand, I think.
Probably.
Nice.
Probably.
Because it was a pretty slow hand.
Yeah.
He was not developing his board, and he was not denying his opponent.
Right.
That's why I feel like it has to be something like that.
Yeah, now he's trying to squeeze out as many creatures of the Sun Demise as possible, it feels like, so. While not dying.
I feel like he's in a good spot. Really good spot. Yes, still a force of will.
Yep.
But is
oh no! Don't! Oh, thank you.
If it doesn't untap with the spells, it has to untap with some.
Yeah, of course. You know, of course. There's another one. Oh, that represents a lot of mana. That doesn't work. Or are they attacking?
Yeah, attacking.
I guess they're attacking. Getting Elie down. Yeah, it is gonna end ugly, probably for elves.
Yes.
They're like if he can get to slime with Planeswalker, there some kind of Planeswalker. I'm a bit fan of like 2 of Planeswalkers and elves. I just think they're. I haven't found the right one. Grist is cool, but I also thought about some of the Nissas, which can be really really strong. Which used to be in one of the lists, which top 8 in MKM but years ago.
Yes, Nissa of Cradle was the thing.
Yeah.
Because Nissa can untap.
Yeah, exactly. And get it back from the grave as well. Right, there's the Sun Demise. And we wipe the board. Big sadness. Alright, let's go back, I guess, to the main camp. And Yeah, the Cradle's not looking too good right now. And if you had any follow-up removal spell, well, or just big old Murktide. You like Murktide?
It's a really good card.
Do you think it is too strong?
No.
Okay. It is the shell that is too much for it, or?
I think
because in modern,
I think
in Legacy,
there are too many cards that are too good. I mean,
okay.
That's the problem. Kind of I mean, it's. I think they are. I think there is a problem. Like they should remove like a good amount of cards from.
Oh, okay. Oh, and he had to sacrifice flying creature card, yes, and it was forced.
It was, or it was a Cradle, or it was that card because he did nothing the turns before.
Yeah.
It was always the same card.
Right. Yeah.
Now Visionary is the best, I think. Yeah, he drew it.
Nice.
It's
very, very nice.
Visionary gives you still hope, I think. It is true, now you get a bit beaten, but he has one card in his hand. If he has no interaction, you have to think like, he has no interaction, we can still play the game, because the next turn I just go Visionary again.
Yeah.
If I find like a glimpse, I can still do stuff.
Right.
This way, to be honest, this game is not over.
No, not at all. Like, he gets to draw 2 additional cards this turn.
It felt over, but it is not over.
Oh, but he found another land, right?
I want to see what he has. Because he has still 2 times Visionary this turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Monkey.
Monkey Island, that's really bad.
It's still a game. He's at 12. This way he will not be dead also if the Delver flips.
Right. Honestly, I didn't like the Submerge line with the Sun Demise, I think. Because his Delver didn't flip. Like, he had it all set up with the Ponder. I think he should have let his Delver flip. And then it didn't matter how he did it. He would, like, the Elf player would end up with the creature he could recast, be it on top or in his hand. But, yeah, maybe I'm...
I can see it. I like this, the fact that the Elf deck can just do stuff like this. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. I think it was wrong. I agree with you for one reason, specifically because the Symbionte is the most threatening card, I think, from the Elf perspective.
You want to get rid of it entirely.
Yes, you want to take out that. The other creatures didn't matter. You know, if you have one of them, once a Metal Sentinel is not useful.
Right. And now, I think Elf's gonna win now. He has 8, like, if Delver flips, it's 11. He didn't flip, sorry, we're already in the turn.
Okay. Let's see, what was the last card? It's a Monkey and...
Island and...
Fetch.
Wow, okay.
Crazy. Wait, what does he do?
He picks up his...
Does it make sense?
I'm not sure.
Yes, it makes sense because it was not enough. It was just 7 damage.
Can he not pump?
It says just all elves.
It's only Heritage Druid and elf. I thought it was green creatures as well, but it's
no, I think it's all the elves. I'm not sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure about it. Each elf.
Yeah. Oh, I wish this was legal in Modern.
To avoid the Chalice.
No, Chalice is not that big of a problem. It's just you need like there's the War Master, but 7 is a bit too expensive because
the War Master is a really cool card.
It's a cool card, yeah.
I tried it. I tried elves in Historic for some time.
Right.
It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always fun to play elves, or at least for me.
Oh,
mostly.
Also for me. That's I had for when I was a child. When I was like 12 to 13 years old, 14, I had for like I all my budget was in for I had 4 Cradles, the foil ones,
right?
ECI foil Cradle. It was not.
It wasn't that expensive.
It was like maybe 40 francs. It was expensive, but but not this expensive. The normal one was like 20, and that was like maybe 40. and now I don't have them. I have one because I bought it like 5 years ago or 6 because I saw it in a. And I was like, oh, childhood. I was like, I want to
bring it back.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if he can get there or not, because it's really hard now, because he needs to draw the natural order, or is it enough for, yeah, maybe the Kratroof directly, yeah. Kratroof directly.
Yeah, would be lethal, definitely. I mean, Ellie's at 10, right?
Yeah. No, the mana, I was counting the mana.
Sorry.
Just
or if he drew
the Kratroof directly,
sorry, yeah. But yeah, I think he could get there easily. He has still one wire with activation and cradle taps for 6. Yes. So yeah.
It's nice to see how one forest and one cradle and one symbiont got into this in 2 turns. Yeah. I was saying the only card is Visionary, and he played Visionary.
Right, is recasting it? Why does he put this wirewood over there?
I don't know what's happening.
He used them both.
I think he found nothing, or what is this?
He's trying to find a way. He is trying to find a way.
This, when you are so nervous, it feels like he has nothing.
Definitely. Or I mean, sometimes like it's so much easier if you're not playing yourself and to like judge the state of the game, obviously, than when you're into it yourself, and then maybe get hung up on some ideas that you have. He's giving it a long thought.
We don't have the bot. We should just. Yeah. No.
Yeah, we can do that in a minute.
Yeah, we will ask about the bot.
Yeah, if you have like any comments, any suggestions, improvements, questions, just post them in the chat, and we try to answer to our best possibilities. So not everything is perfect, so yeah. Step up.
We're still in that moment. It's like
he's tapping the cradle now.
It's a long moment.
2 6 mana still, right? Oh, he has the ooze again, right?
Yeah. He
and he's gonna eat. Oh yeah, he can't do it, right? He has 3 creatures and 4 in the graveyard, and that is not enough because Murktide is 8/8.
That's a misplay, I think.
What?
Why didn't he attack with these 2 creatures? Your opponent has to block.
Yeah, I agree.
They trade, and then he had just 6 mana, right? 6 mana with the Crowder, and then you don't have it. No, it's impossible.
He might could have used the Wirewood Symbiotes on his opponent's turn again to untap to get to 3 elves to then draw generate more green mana. But I'm not like we would have to go back and check the board state if this really was possible.
No, maybe he drew it now. The scavenging was because now he had just 4 creatures in his grave. This way it was not enough because he went up to 8.
Right.
If he attacked with both, he had less creatures with the Cradle, but he had more creatures in the graveyard to get the ooze.
But, I mean, he could have played the ooze before attacking, right?
No, without the Cradle, no. He needed to tap the Cradle.
Yeah, for sure. But then you tap the Cradle, you have 6 mana.
Yeah, you remove 4, you go to 8.
You go to 8, and then you attack. Then the question is, does he block?
No, he will not block anymore.
He will not block. Then you might get to untap with the Wirewood Symbiotes in the opponent's turn, and then generate more mana. Like at least you could untap your Dryad Arbor, and then generate more mana. So if he didn't block, it wouldn't.
It was close. I mean, if he blocks just one creature, it would work. Yes, because it was 5 mana. You remove 3, and then you have 2 in your opponent's turn. and you could go to 9.
Right.
Would have been interesting.
Yeah,
I'm not sure 100%, but
always give your opponent possibility to make mistakes. Always give them the room to make mistakes.
Sure.
I recently...
It was not a mistake. He had to block. He was on 10 and he had 10 power.
Ah, so yeah, he attacks with everything.
No, not with everything, with 2 elves.
Because
they get 5/5.
Yeah.
This way, you will not make them 5/5. But that's another story.
That's the question then. Interesting.
It's interesting. I'm not 100% sure if he could.
Yeah, I think I got wrong. Probably he did. Okay. It's always easier to like.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to speak about it, because if you don't speak about a situation like this, it's not criticized. No.
Well, no, but positive criticize. Like, you have to do that.
It's interesting to see the. You know, there are spots where you criticize, and there are spots where you think with the player and you try to see the solution, because it was not an easy spot. It was not something.
And a lot of different paths you can take, and some of them might lead to victory, some of them probably don't.
Exactly, but when you get to the point that you concede, you have to see if there are like crazy paths to go through and have a chance.
100%. All right. Do we have a backup match?